Hello and welcome to No Pressure English with Kevin. My name is Kevin, and today we are going to look at some common expressions we use here in Ireland. So, grab yourself a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, relax, and let's look at these expressions together. This video is intended for non native English speakers living in Ireland, relocating to Ireland, or simply visiting our beautiful country. So the content is designed for intermediate level learners. I recommend activating the subtitles. So let's start with the vocabulary in use. Hey man, what's the crack? I'm after seeing a deadly film. It's the new one by Christopher Nolan. It's class. Your man next door recommended it to me. Your one that he's living with said that they're after moving back from London. They're originally from Cork. They seem really sound. I think your man said his name was Jack, and your one is called Francis. They have parked their car in my parking space once or twice, so I better say something about that because the spaces are reserved. We won't fall out over it though. So our first expression here was what's the crack? This is a very common expression in Ireland. We often use what's the crack or what's the story. Very common, and they both just mean hey, how are you? Hey, how are things? Okay, very, very common expressions. The next phrase we heard that is very Irish, I'm after seeing the new Christopher Nolan movie, or they are after moving into the apartment next door. We use this structure like we use the present perfect. So I have done something recently. So I have watched this movie recently. I have just watched the new Christopher Nolan movie. I am after watching the new Christopher Nolan movie. They have just moved house. They are after moving house. This is a very Irish structure with roots in the Irish language. Okay, another example of this phrase, imagine that you have just arrived at a friend's house and they are ordering pizza. You might say, I'm after having my dinner, so I'm okay. Okay, I have just had my dinner, so I'm not hungry. I'm after having my dinner, so I'm okay. Another example, he's just after graduating, so he's going out tonight. He's just after graduating, so he's going to the pub tonight. We can say he has just graduated, so he's going to the pub, or he's just after graduating, so he's going to the pub tonight. Okay, our next two words, they're kind of synonyms in their usage here. The first is class, and the second is deadly. We use both of them in slang to say something is fantastic. It's great. Oh, that's class. That film, class. That film was deadly, right? It was really, really good. It was fantastic. Okay, obviously, when we use deadly, it has an alternative meaning, as does class, but deadly can mean lethal, okay, or very, very dangerous. But when we use it in this form, it means it's fantastic, it's great. Class, same thing. Obviously, we have a classroom, we have a class, a group of students, we have math class, so different subjects, different classes. But in this context, it means fantastic, top. So let's look at some examples. Let's say your friend has just passed a very important exam. You can say, that's deadly. I'm delighted for you. Or let's say your friend gives you a free ticket to a concert. You could respond, I love this group. This is class. I can't wait to see them. So our next phrases are your man and your one. We use these to identify a man or a woman when we don't know their name or we don't know them well. Let's look at some examples. Your one in the local shop is sound. She gave me a free packet of biscuits. Okay. So the lady who works in the local shop is sound, is very nice. She gave me a free packet of biscuits. Secondly, your man and your one at the bar look familiar. Were they in our class at school? So the man and the woman at the bar look familiar. Were they in our class at school? Your man on the radio is an idiot. The radio presenter speaking on the radio is an idiot. Finally, we have to fall out, to have an argument, a negative discussion, or a dispute. So this is a verbal argument. Some examples: I fell out with my brother because he kept using my car without asking. I don't fall out with people often. People fall out over politics a lot in most countries. So as you can see, this is an informal way to say to argue. Some people fall out with each other and never speak again, and that's not cool. So the structure is to fall out with someone, or to fall out with someone over something, to fall out over politics, to fall out over religion. So try not to fall out with people in Ireland because they're generally pretty nice. All right, guys, those were some common expressions that are used in daily life in Ireland. If you would like to hear more natural English phrases, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. I believe in the natural method. We don't want to try to memorize all this new vocabulary. We want to repeat. We want to listen and practice our listening skills, assimilate the new vocabulary until it becomes automatic. So, look, take care of yourself. Have a wonderful day. See you again. Ciao.